Every single day, people face challenges just for living the life of their choice. Being discriminated against because you are different than the so-called norm of today's society. Transgenders face discrimination in so many aspects of life. 28% of transgender people will avoid getting medical help when they are injured or sick just because they know they will also face harassment and discrimination there, in a place where they're supposed to go to get help and feel safe. We live in a world where everyone is allowed to live freely, but there are 41% of transgenders who have reported to attempt suicide because of how much hate they are faced with every single day. They can't live freely. They can't express themselves freely like we're supposed to be able to, because there are so many people who just show so much hate towards them anytime they leave their house. This is something no one should have to experience, and especially just because of their preferred gender. I know they may have not been born that way, but it's their preferred gender, and it's what they believe that they truly are. We need to begin standing up for transgenders and putting laws in place against this type of discrimination. There have been recently talk about adding transgender inclusive anti-discrimination laws, but they have not been consistent with these steps towards helping stop this. They will get a case in court where a transgender has been attacked or hurt badly, and then they'll be like, okay, we're going to put a law in place to stop this. And then a few hours later, it's just brushed under the rug and never talked about again. They just have to act like they're going to do something about it when they have these cases come up so often. There are so many issues that transgenders have to go through. They face personal rejection from their friends and family, and this takes a huge toll on them, because they're like, if the people that I love the most can't accept me and love me for who I am, then will anybody? That's what they think. They think that just because the people they love the most won't accept them, then no one ever will. So they have a really, really hard time with that. They have to deal with hostility from people that just don't like that they are different. They face hostility anywhere they go. If they go out to eat, if they go in a store or the mall, anywhere they go, they're faced with hostility from people just because they don't like it. They are faced with harassment for expressing themselves. People are pushing them or hitting them or cussing them or staring at them or just posting horrible things about them online just because they're different. Simply because they are different, people are being awful. They are bullied, and they express that they have received physical violence just because people don't believe in other people being transgenders. They don't think it should be allowed when people can live how they want. Transgenders are more likely to experience harassment from the police as well, and they are more likely to feel uncomfortable going to the police for help. And that's very sad. If they have something happen to them, but they also feel ashamed to go to the police, then that's just not going to get reported. They're never going to get any closure from what happened to them because they're too scared to even go to the police and tell them about what they have experienced. And that's so, so sad. And there is a huge issue with police harassment against transgender women. Huge issue with that. And it's sad. They shouldn't be treated any different than regular women, because that's what they are. They're a woman. Transgenders face high rates of depression, which is totally understandable. When any time you get out, you're being yelled at or stared at and harassed, then anybody would experience depression. If you walk out of your house and you get screamed at, called horrible names, eventually it's going to get to you. Eventually you're going to become depressed, especially when the people that you love aren't there supporting you and telling you it's going to be okay either. They also experience high rates of anxiety and substance abuse. They feel like they have to go to other things to make them feel better because they know that they're not going to feel better by support of other people. So they have to lean on something else, which is so sad that they have to resort to that and feel like they have to resort to that. They also struggle in the work field. 47% reported an adverse job action because of their transgender status. 44 reported not being able to get a job, and 32 reported being denied a promotion. And also, 26% of them reported being fired. They're being fired from their job just because they are transgender, just because they are different than what everybody else is saying that people need to be. So, out of all of that, that's 97% of transgenders reporting that they're being mistreated at the job, but still, we have no laws to help them. We need to do something to help. We have to. These people need more ease in their everyday life. They need to feel safe and secure. They need to feel loved and supported, and we need to do something for them to help them. Thank you.